I think I'm going to colonize either Tripton Prime or Lenzin 2 next. The real focus is on minerals. I can use production to make food buildings, for example, to get the food, which in certain circumstances they lack because they don't have the right biome. Right, so I've got this colony ship over here. I'm going to start to bring it over in this direction, so it's kind of in a completely wrong direction actually, but the next two colonies are going to be over here anyway. The other races have actually started colonizing, at least one of them has, the Bulrathi. So if I go into here, they've actually colonized. I could actually colonize now without annoying anyone, but should any of the factions lose a planet, it would actually mean that it triggers you're colonizing too fast with 4 of them, I believe, in that circumstance. So it's not a good idea to colonize quite yet, maybe because of that. If you've watched my guide video, then you'll know all about that in more detail. Right, anyway, let's end the turn, I should say. Okay, we're starting to get a bit of money. I really need to get a cruiser out soon. I've got to figure out where I'm making it, probably on Alpha Ceti. Danubius grew. Okay, so I'm tempted to make another colony ship there actually. But we'll get that finished first. Tab Prime grew. That seems to be fine for me. Yeah, let's get that space yard up so I can get my command points up. Missile, I gotta take that out to the queue. I should have done that before. Don't need it now. I can't remember what I just made here actually. This is Rich Ocean 1622. Yeah, this isn't a bad place to maybe make ships in a bit. Science is particularly bad though, isn't it, at the moment? So let's get that up. Okay. I mean, that world is going to be friggin' amazing eventually, but currently it's crap. I need to get the anti-gravity tech, which I'm a while away from getting still. Biospheres made on Vulcan. So next. The government facility, I imagine. Right, yeah. Right, so move down there. Pirate Raiders. I'm gonna do auto resolve here, hopefully that doesn't get killed now. Yeah, it wasn't quite excellent, but thought it'd be alright. Scouts, so they can come down here. Right, next turn. I am a little bit worried about the Clacon, for example. Coming up here with a military force, they are a decent amount ahead, but yeah, they probably won't. Tripton grew. Actually, let's do the Xeno.
Our engineers have made a new discovery, my liege.
Soil enrichment facility and the toxic processor tech we've got. So this one is brilliant. It basically gives you an extra research point for your scientists, but it's only worthwhile in getting now if I'm investing in science, which I'm arguably not. I'm investing more into getting up infrastructure and getting the population up. So maybe I shouldn't go for this quite yet. There's either a moon laboratory or an orbital shipyard. I usually go for the moon laboratory and hope to trade with another civilization for that. in extreme long term, that would be better once you've got all the techs, but to get the techs, that would come in very handy. So I think I'm going to go for that next. Then I'll go for that. Then I'll go for that. That's the current plan. Okay. Right, tab grew. Finish something. That also grew. Yeah, I'll do that. Deep sea cooler on Alpha Ceti. Let's get a cruiser up here. I need it now, definitely. Although there's other things I want. Actually, pollution's getting a bit out of hand, probably. Cruiser would take 6 turns. It's quite cheap, actually. 6 turns at 3% is 18. I'd be one off. Let's get that built first, and then I'll get the cruiser in, I think. So that will reduce the pollution a bit. Okay. Neutron collider built on Katab. More production. I definitely need the Clonus Center here since it's such an amazing planet. And extra food in a bit. Okay. Right. A bit of money to spend. Don't need more of those to take up command points, just need them on the key places, really. No one can get in from that side. Right, these frigates can come back down here. That's trapped now, isn't it? Unless I can get allied to someone. I'm actually going to delete that then. You get a tiny bit of money back, it would seem. Okay, so let's end the turn. Okay, let's move ships around. Alpha Ceti grew. Okay. Let's yeah, keep that. Colonial revenue on Danubius. How much for a cruiser? 8 turns. You know what? I'm going to start on a cruiser here then. I could. Long term, I don't think I want this as making ships really, or at least not big ships like cruisers. So yeah, I won't get that up. It's very expensive for maintenance as well. So yeah, let's start on that. I might get another colony ship out here, or maybe at the capital actually. In a bit. Right. Space factory. Yeah, another one. Okay, I've got lots of money. Probably enough for a research treaty though. Can I buy anything here? There's nothing really I want to buy there. Right, enter.
History is being written.
Okay, so that's the capital, but that will reduce pollution shortly. So to 4% actually. I better not forget about that, or I'm going to lose biome. Space factory. laboratory. Okay, what next? Marine barracks. I think I need marine barracks, don't I? Yep. Gonna have morale problems otherwise. Okay, frigates can come down here. Looks like Tripton's getting pollution as well. That destroyer can come down here. Okay, next turn.
As more and more sentient races meet, a clear need arises for a place for diplomats to discuss and debate if the galaxy is going to escape the tragic path of war. Thus, the Galactic Council is formed, a place where someday a leader may rise to unify the galaxy under their banner without the need for bloody conquest.
Okay, so the Galactic Council has been founded. I'm not exactly sure the conditions about how it is founded. I believe it's only founded when everyone has met each other. Maybe that might be how it works. This is a way to win the game, and it's based on population. So I believe the two candidates with the
I
highest
would designate myself for the position.
population are the factions that
I
can only be chosen. And everyone's voting now.
I forsake my vote.
And they're probably all going to abstain because we're not allied to anyone.
We are left not to speak.
You can potentially buy votes off people though.
Code 204. No content.
Since this is basically down to population, it's really linked to conquest in a way as well, since if you're conquering everyone, your population is going to be much higher. So kind of ties into that as well. Right, let's vote for ourselves, obviously.
Only the blood of the Khans is fit to keep this council.
The Silence actually have a bigger population than me, surprisingly. Yeah, my food isn't great. Right, so, but yeah, we have the second most, of course. Okay, right, so that building was completed, which lowered the amount of pollution we're going to get. I think I'm going to have to get in that one as well, since we have quite a bit. 5 turns. Actually, if I do that, we would lose a biome. I wouldn't be able to complete it in time, so I'm going to have to put a turn into this. This is pollution cleanup. Reduce our pollution, so I'll do 1 turn full manufacture, reduce it by 9%, and then probably get that pollution building in. Trade treaty with Clacon just finished. We've got 300 creds out of that. Let's renew it.
We greet you.
So I was thinking about a research treaty. Yeah, it's continuously going up, as you can see. And they would want money on top of it.
The Hive does
like
not covet.
1600
We ask
credits.
only a fair trade. The Hive does not covet.
It's nearly
We
200
ask
now.
only a fair trade. We are rejoiced. We part ways.
Definitely want to keep on terms with them, because I believe they have the biggest military currently. Right, that's in strike, but in a couple of turns will be okay. Right, this scout down here can come up towards the wormhole. And I believe that is it for the turn. So remember the pollution now to take that off. Command points are going up, so yeah, I can make a couple of cruisers pretty soon for Starship being made. I had to stop recording for a bit. I've just checked the colony screen now this turn, and it turns out the AIs have started to colonize again, which allows me to colonize without pissing off all of the AIs with the "you are colonizing too fast" mechanic. So, it's a weird situation. I'm actually rooting for the AIs to colonize, but yeah, that's how it is. I've got a colony ship coming in here, so I'm a couple of turns away from colonizing that rich planet. I think I'm gonna do. Food's bad, but yeah, I should be able to get that up with a few food buildings. So I've got a star base completed on Katab Prime this turn. And what am I gonna go for next? What was the pollution here? It's actually getting quite high. I think I'm gonna sneak in and research first, and then I'll probably switch to getting in those anti-pollution buildings, kind of necessary. What's that give? Production. Oh, this is a very good production world actually. Probably. Deep sea cooling on Tripton. It's a bit more research. Much needed research. Do I need the soil enhancement? Arguably not. Do I need the pollution? Yes, I do. So I think the starbase and everything's gonna have to wait here. Let's get up the atmospheric renewer first of all then. Now I'll do there. Fleet movement this turn. The scout ship can come up here. And that's it for the turn. I checked in the diplomacy screens as well, and the Cylon actually have a tank that I could trade for. I'm not sure I need it yet though, so I'm going to hold on to the money. It's one of the multi-choice techs that you can trade for occasionally. Tripton just grew, and because it's gone up to 6 population, we're actually starting to get some strikes now. It's getting to the point where I'm considering lowering my tax rate. Then I don't think I'll do it quite yet, but 1 or 2 more striking citizens and I might. Right, so I can get that done in 2 turns, can I? Yeah, I think I will. Which, yeah. Space factory. Let's get you up there. These are kind of unnecessary probably, but might as well make them. Right, I think I just got morale up here, did I? Do I need marine barracks then? If I'm going to lower tax rate, I probably don't actually, in this 11 turns. So I'm going to get the research up first. And press done. Let's move those ships around. Clonage center made on Katab. Okay, this place definitely needs a clonage center. It probably also needs a soil enrichment, this place. I'm actually going to make that next then. Probably won't be making too many of these. I'm not sure how necessary they are in most circumstances. Okay. Scout. Let's keep on looking for planets. Right, I believe that is the end of the turn. Do I want to buy anything?
History is being written.
I need to make another colony ship actually soon, so I've got to figure out where I'm going to do that. Probably here actually, after I've made that. So that's done in a couple of turns. Mobus grew this turn. Marine barracks come in. I should leave that there probably. Right. Fleet movement. Right. They can go to sleep there. Pirates probably won't come back now since I'm making no sense. Looks like the Clacons are trying to colonize somewhere. So what's that? That wormhole goes there, so they might potentially colonize over there if they go through it. We we got a colony ship there, so I better check this just in case. Yeah, so I think there are 34 colonies in total. I have 7. As long as I'm not over a quarter of the existing colonies at any one point, I won't suffer from the colonizing too fast mechanic. So let's colonize Tripton Prime. Okay. Okay, so this biome is pretty sucky to be honest, but yeah, I could terraform it later on should I wish. Let's buy that, I think. Let's get it rolling. Okay.
This is GNN.
World has grown in strength.
Okay, so we're up to 8 planets. And let's end a turn. Gonna have to check to see if I got my calculations wrong. I'm very, very sure I didn't, but we'll see if it's kicked in or not. So, for a second I thought that was colonizing too fast on there, but no, it was something else. Yeah, so I haven't got the modifier of any of those, as expected. I can't colonize again yet though, sadly. I need 36 planets minimum, otherwise it'll start to annoy people before I can get the 9th colony. Let's move this turn. Space Factory made surveillance. So I think I'm only one off that actually now. That's 35 colonies, including my own. Automated Factory on Tripton, so that's the one I just made. I may even buy that. Yeah, I will actually. Wonder when those trade treaties run out. Atmospheric renewal on Tripton. Probably should make that. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Capital's okay for pollution now, isn't it? Yeah, 1 turn. That can make that. And the scouts. Blocked up here. I'm gonna have to go through the wormhole. Oh yeah, that colony ship is still there. I was thinking that I am actually making a cruiser already. Let's check this. I want to see how much this tank side on have is.
I listen.
So telepathic training, which is useless because the espionage isn't enabled, but fusion beam they have. I could buy off them.
I find this an
Wow,
equitable arrangement.
I don't think I'll buy it yet.
Farewell, stranger.
You know what? I am going to buy it, but what I'm not going to do is upgrade my cruiser ship. I'm going to keep with the old weapon design.
Welcome
If
back,
I upgrade the
stranger.
cruiser, it will cost more
I listen
production,
intently.
which I don't want to do. I want to get a cruiser out quickly.
I find this an equitable arrangement. I welcome every chance for cooperation. Farewell, stranger.
Okay, so we've acquired the fusion beam, which is that. So it's a better energy weapon, which is pretty good. So when I research this, I can pick up the fusion bomb. That's what I'll do. It's the only choice I have actually, so don't get a choice in the matter. So I could upgrade my ship design now. Let's take a look in here. So it's that I've got. I think that, although it seems to suggest otherwise, the DPS is very similar to the mass driver, I think. But the fusion beam has procs or something. It's called. If you, I should go back into
The March of the Khan.
here. I mentioned it. The damage procs, but the game doesn't actually tell you how that works. So there's definitely some more tooltips needed here and there, especially when it comes to ship design and weapons. Right, so let's end a turn. More pollution. Right, so we finished that this turn. Let's move stuff around. Hydroponic farm completed on Tripton Prime. Gonna need to get that in soon. Let's get the biospheres in first, though, I think. How many? I've got one on strike. Well, yeah, when it's 2 or 3, I think I'll do something about tax rate. Marine barracks on Mobas. I guess I'll get the cloning. Oh no, I think I'll go for the neutron collider actually. Get the production up. Do need food though. Yeah, I'll get that in first. Deep sea cooling on Katab. Extra science starting to go up now. What next? What's the pollution like here? It's pretty bad, so yeah, let's do something about that. Let's get the atmospheric manure in. And toxic completed here. Can I get a colony ship in quickly without going over? I probably can actually. Yeah, no percent. Okay. And scout. Let's go for that wormhole. When do I get the cruiser through? Completed. Next turn. Okay, good. So probably make cruisers an Alpha Ceti then. Another 1 or 2. The conquest situation. Yeah, I'm getting a bit iffy there, aren't I? I think my diplomacy is pretty good with everyone apart from the Bull Rathi though. Right, next turn. Okay, artificial gravity grew.
My
Complete, I should
liege,
say.
a moment, please.
So I probably mentioned this before. I'm gonna pick Moon Laboratory. It's the best. Short term, getting the science you need. Long term, that will be better. I'm gonna hopefully trade for that though.